He's given you accounts or extracts from.
This is a lecture from Open Tuition. For the free lecture notes that go with this podcast, please visit opentuition.com.
So, let's start going through. First of all, the one I think I need to say least of all about it. And it's never that many marks, but we're getting out of the way. It's pure financial points. That time and time again, as part of the question, all many parts, certainly not 20, 30 marks, he's given you accounts or extracts from accounts for the last few years in an appendix, and he's asked you to comment on the financial performance. What? Now, the reason I shouldn't need to say too much, quite honestly, is I think you've got all the other exams in all these financial accounts exactly where it is. The one thing I warn you of, though, is this is not a financial accounts exam. And what too many do when he does this, it's generally about 10 marks after the question. Right? You know, let's say I do the accounts for the last 5 years. What too many do is simply come up with every financial ratio you've ever heard of. I don't know how long ago it was you did ratios, but you've all heard of return on capital employed. No? Well, look at it. Current ratio, so we could go on and on. There's an awful danger, as I say, too many people who waste too much time and get hardly any marks. I think you can all envisage what I'm getting at. Is like if I give you 5 years of accounts, coming up with an enormous table of 10 different financial ratios for each of 5 years. Yeah, employed, asset turnover, whatever. Coming up with this huge table, which is wonderful, but then you go getting hardly any marks. Because in this exam, what he's much more concerned about is identifying the key things, what's important in this thing, and the comments. The numbers are simply there to back up your comments. I'll show you with an example shortly. But what he's really after when you look at his answers, it's comments of this. Here we seem to be doing well, here we seem to be doing badly, this is what seems to have happened. He does very few numbers. He always works out if he can return on capital employed. But it's not just a number of pages of numbers. Alright? It's the comments that will get marks. And if you turn to the relevant chapter, and I'm not going to talk long, forgive me, I can't remember what page it is. Page 41. I'm not going to talk long because it shouldn't need to be a great one chat on. But the most fundamental thing of all, for me, without looking at the page, if I gave you my accounts for the last 5 years, what's the first thing you would look at as an indicator of whether I was doing well or bad? What's that last year? But what? Profit? Yes, alright, obviously we want profit to be increasing. I think obviously it will stop if it isn't, as opposed to, I wouldn't mention the absolute profit obviously it's going down, it's going down massively. But I think you'd want to look at return on capital through the company's video and stuff like that. But I think there's something a lot more from them. Remember, the only reason I'm interested in the past is the past, whether it was good, whether it was bad, it's happened. The thing I'm really interested in is as an indicator for the future. You would agree? So I've been doing badly in the past, fine, but you really Sorry? No. Growth. You've got to look at growth first. Always, there's got to be a comment on growth. There's got to be. It doesn't take much in terms of numbers, but you're looking to see if the business is growing or not. And the most fundamental thing about